Hello, just testing. Hello, just testing.
Hello, just testing. Hello, just testing. Bulldog.
What's up, everybody? Just a second. We're going to talk some wrestling today, talk about Monday Night Raw. What's up? What's up, guys? What's going on? Sorry I was gone. I just had to get more coffee. We can talk about Raw when some people pile up in here. Hopefully they come soon. Who's happy about Raw being 2 hours? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I like it personally. I think 2 hours is perfect. 2 hours is just perfect because people say, well, what about the mid carders and the jobbers? They can have their place. Look at the Attitude Era. They made matches in 5 minutes with no commercials interrupting them. And the first match we got last night was Xavier Woods and Jey Uso, and they interrupted it. It was a 6-minute match, and they interrupted it with a commercial. I didn't like that. We only saw 3 minutes of the 5-minute match. It's like the Attitude Era. I hate to keep saying the Attitude Era, but in the Attitude Era, they didn't do that. What's up, Brian? My moderator. He's in with the tool, with the wrench. Acknowledge him. CM Punk, I always give you the evidence, but you don't believe me. I'll give it anyway. And if you don't believe me, fuck. Can you imagine, Brian, if Drew McIntyre comes on next week and says, I had to recover. I prayed for this, though. I knew you would get injured and I'd put you on the sidelines forever. I prayed for it again and it happened and it came true. What would you do if Drew said that, Brian? Just laughing. The possibility of Brian losing his mind. Oh, I prayed again after the war, before the war games, that you'd be injured. Not a part of it. And it's true. I have the evidence. Oh, he's such a fucking douchebag, Drew. Drew McIntyre, that name sounds like a manager at a bank. Hey, I'm Drew McIntyre. Welcome to Credit Union. Like, it doesn't sound like a wrestler name. Drew McIntyre. It sounds like a guy that's selling you cars. Hey, I'm Drew McIntyre. Welcome to Chrysler. Why can't he be like the Dark Phantom or some kind of name, you know? Why does he have to be Drew McIntyre? It's just such a boring name. Hi, I'm Bob Smith. You know? I'm Drew McIntyre. Anyways, Drew needs to get it better. What's up, April Davidson? Are you new? Do you think you could do me a solid? I'm 4 people away from 500 subscribers. Do you think you could subscribe to my channel, April? I lost a subscriber last night, eh, Brian? I love that, April. So nice to meet you. If April's your first name, I like to get to know my subscribers, talk to them with their first name. Awesome, April. Thank you so much. I'm only a few away from 500 now. Oh, that's great. You've been a big wrestling fan, April? Is that your name, April? We were just talking about Raw going 2 hours. And we were talking about Drew McIntyre and where he's going to go next. I have all the evidence I can show you. CM Punk is a hypocrite. Drew McIntyre, like I was saying, he sounds like a name of someone that you see at a bank. Nice. So what's your name then? If your mom's April Davidson, what's your name? I prayed for this to happen, April. Just kidding. Just imitating Drew. Oh, you're a guy. You're a dude. Okay. Bang! Yo, it's me. It's me. It's DDP. Bang. Seth Davidson, eh? So who likes the move to 2 hours? I do. I don't know about you. He does. Why doesn't he just join the Judgment Day? Then they have a credible heel in their faction. Drew McIntyre looks like he could be a Judgment Day leader with his hair, his height, his eyes. He's dark, like the Judgment Day should be, like a dark presence. He's like a bigger, better Damian Priest. Except for when he gets going on the microphone. Guys, I can't believe it. I can't believe it either. I won the Royal Rumble. What are you talking about? Drew McIntyre said right before the Royal Rumble he was going to win it. He kept saying, finally, this Sunday, Drew McIntyre is going to win the Royal Rumble. And then because he got, like, everyone was shocked he eliminated Brock. Everyone was shocked. And that's why I went on Twitter and it said, I can't believe Drew won. So Drew shows up, and then the next night, Raw, Drew goes, guys, I can't believe it either. I won the Royal Rumble. What do you mean you can't believe it? You just finished saying last week that you were going to win the Royal Rumble. And now he's like, guys, I can't believe it. I won the Royal Rumble. I won it. He needs a new character. And then get this, Brian. They called him, and Seth, they called him this like Scottish psychopath, right? He'd always be like in interviews, Charlie Caruso. She'd be like, hey, the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. And Drew goes, thank you, Charlie. And then he'd talk. What kind of psychopath says, thank you, Charlie? Like, he wasn't being sarcastic, like, thank you, Charlie. He was being genuine. Thank you, Charlie. Like, why is he being polite? The guy needs a complete character overhaul. I don't know. But everyone loves him. Everyone seems to love him. I don't know why. Don't know why everyone seems to just love this guy. He's got all the tools to be a good wrestler for sure. His attitude is what gets me, and just how boring his name is. Drew McIntyre. It sounds like a bank manager. I've been a fan, April, or Seth. I've been a fan, Seth, since 1994, but I've caught up on all the 80s, some 70s too. But I've been a fan since 1994. So that's a long time. I'm thinking, yeah, 1994. Yeah. Why is that? Is that actually his real name, Gareth Keaton? The Shield. Absolutely the Shield. I'd take the Shield over the old bloodline. The new bloodline's a joke. They job every time they're out there. Yeah. Well, something I don't know about the name Gareth, but Keaton sounds all right. That's how I feel about Jimmy Uso being back. Remember that's what he did when he took off his bandana? He thought we were actually surprised. Like the WWE is so stupid. They think we're actually surprised by Jimmy Uso coming in. Like where he takes off his they think we don't understand how this stuff works. I agree, Seth. I agree with you. The 1997 Survivor Series Montreal Scoop Job really pissed me off big time. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not just the screw job. It's the fact that Brett said he'd lose to Sean, but Sean said to him backstage, "I'm never losing to you, Brett. I, I for." Brett said, "I always do work, I always do business for you. I always lose to you." But Sean said, "I'm not gonna do it back." That's why their King of the Ring '97 match got canceled. That's why he faked a knee injury at WrestleMania 13. And then we got Austin versus Brett because of it, which is great, but still. How do I like Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns teaming up? It's interesting. I don't think they'll ever team up again, but I think that was compelling for a little bit to see what would happen. How did you like the Hell in a Cell with Drew and Punk? It was good, but it wasn't because of Drew McIntyre. It was because of the spots planned out and CM Punk winning. It wasn't because of Drew McIntyre. God, I'm glad he wasn't on the show last night. There wasn't an extra hour for him. He could take up the entire third hour. He would have took up the Brian. He would have took up the entire third hour talking about how Punk's a hypocrite. I carried this company on my back during COVID. No, Drew McIntyre. Oh, Jimmy Uso. Yeah, you're right, Seth. Yeah, he would have been like, I carried this company when it needed a face. It needed a face to go on, and during COVID, nobody was there but me, and I busted my ass, and I took this company to where the promised land because I'm Drew McIntyre. Now, finally, I'm going to get my chance to win the world title, and it's going to be phenomenal because I prayed for this. I just, any of that. I don't want to hear any of that. I just don't. It's okay for people to like him. I bet you guys do like him, but his character needs a little bit of work, and his attitude needs a little bit of adjusting. Needs an attitude adjustment. if Drew McIntyre joined the Judgment Day and called himself the Black Phantom or something, you kill two birds with one stone. You're giving Drew McIntyre a character, and you're giving the Judgment Day a dominant heel that would fit. That's what should happen. Call him the Dark Phantom and put him in the Judgment Day. I could see them picking Randy Orton for that. I could see them honestly picking Randy Orton for his final match. I could see it happening. I could see it. Yeah, Cena and Orton have fought too many times, but if it's his last match ever, it makes sense, right? They were always compared to each other. In 0203, they were the ones coming up. So well, I think Orton and Cena fit for the last match for sure. One more match would be good. Who goes over though? Does Cena go over? Thanks again, Seth, for subscribing. Just 3 away from 500. I was gonna say 500 McIntyres. 500 subscribers. 500 McIntyres. That's just what we need. 500 McIntyres. Punk, I got the evidence for you. I just don't see what the appeal is. With him, people just think he's so great. So I just don't see it. Brian, you're hilarious, man. Because I'm reading it in Drew's voice. I carried this company, this business during the pandemic, gave it a face when it needed a face to have. And I busted my ass and I carried it through the dark and through the wilderness and I came out on top the other way. I'm Drew McIntyre and I carried this company. Punk, you're a hypocrite. I got the evidence and I'm going to show everyone. Just stop whining, Drew. Just stop whining. That's all we ask. Oh, man. You're a hypocrite. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show everyone. Like, he just needs he's perfect for the Judgment Day. They need a heel man in there. They need like a big man. They got small men. They need the bigger guys, you know? Finn Balor is not that. He's a jobber now. So they need a stronger male in that group. He fits perfectly. And then he could get like a change in name, maybe. Call him something different. The Hell in a Cell match was easily the favorite match. It was the best match by far. Don't you agree, Seth? Who's Greg Thompson? Are you talking about Greg Thompson, you being like a better like name than Drew McIntyre? Because nobody can beat Drew McIntyre. I've come a long way. I busted my ass in the Indies, and in NXT, I became champion. Nobody wants to forget this. I was in the WWE 10 years ago, and you held me down. Drew. My least favorite match would be Bailey and Nia Jax on the show. I mean, that's a given, right? There was no bad matches really on the card, but that would have been the worst one if you had to pick, right? I guess Liv and Rhea wasn't that great either, but there's only 5 matches on the card. Well, that's what they're planning. I mean, they're teasing towards. It's almost like it's such a given that they might do something else, you know? It's almost like it's such a given that they're going to go, maybe we should try something different. Maybe. That's what I think. Maybe. But I don't think they're ever even thinking about putting Drew McIntyre in the Judgment Day. That's just a personal thought I had. I just thought if Drew was, when they all huddle up, the Judgment Day, when they all huddle up, and there's so many little ones there, they're all small on TV. Imagine if they huddled up and Drew was standing there, or Drew walked in front of them. How more badass would that look? Drew with a leather jacket on, standing in front, leather jacket and jeans, and he's standing in front of all the Judgment Day and he walks with them. How much more badass would that look? Just asking. Just asking. Punk or Zayn is my favorite wrestler, and which wrestler do I like the least? Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre is close. They both have unbelievable skill, but that's who I dislike the most. I can't believe it. I just won the Royal Rumble. I did the impossible. I didn't did the unthinkable. So funny, Brian. Before the Rumble, he's saying, finally, Drew McIntyre is going to win the Royal Rumble. And then he wins it. And then because people on Twitter are shocked, he goes, guys, I can't believe it either. I won the Royal Rumble. What are you talking about, dude? You said last week that you were going to win. Oh my God. I can only imagine Brian, I can only imagine what he's going to say now. He's had over a week to think about what he's going to say. So he's going to say something long-winded. They're going to give him a big promo time next Monday. He's going to get the mic. He'll probably open the show. Normally, I'd come out here and welcome you to Monday Night Raw, but I'm really not in the mood. You know what I've been through this last 24 hours a week ago? I've been through hell, literal hell. I can literally script Brian. I can literally script Drew McIntyre's promo next week. Normally, people come out here first. They say, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw." But when you've had the last 8 days that I've had, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood right now because I went to hell and I prayed for CM Punk to get injured, and now he's his. I have evidence on him to prove he's a hypocrite, but nobody listens anyway. That's something like that. Drew's going to come out, open the show, something like that. I went to hell last week. I don't feel very good, but Drew, he's going to mention that Punk feels worse. That Punk is not in action, and he prayed for it again. Oh my God. I can only imagine he has over a week to come up with something. And yeah, he's gonna go on a long rant. He's gonna go on a long rant. I wonder how he's gonna justify the loss, though. That's a mystery to me. I mean, CM Punk won, right? So what's he gonna say about that? I couldn't take CM Punk seriously when he stood next to Drew and said, "I'm going to kick your teeth down your throat," and then all of a sudden, like they're not even close to the same height, right? They're not even close to the same height or build. So I didn't take Punk seriously when he's like, "I'm going to kick your teeth down your throat." But at the same time, after he won, it does give him some bragging rights. Yeah, so that's my least and most favorite wrestler, Seth. You can hound me all day if you want to. Drew McIntyre is going to win the Royal Rumble this year. That's a given. I can't believe it. I just won the Rumble. I did the impossible. I did the unthinkable. You added, Brian, you added that. I did the unthinkable. I never said that when I was going over Drew impressions. I never said that part, but you added that. That's great. I did the unthinkable. Guys, I can't believe it either. That's the line that pissed me off the most. When Drew said, "Guys, I can't believe it either." How can you not? Oh my god. The guy just pisses me off. And like, why does a promo these days have to be a worked shoot in order to be a good promo? It's like it's like if you escape the four layers or the fourth wall. If you break the fourth wall and you shoot, it's considered a great promo now. It's like unless they shoot, it, you know what I mean? Unless they shoot, it's not a great promo. Everyone wants to have a shoot interview where they break the fourth wall, like John Cena. It's a promo, kid. You have to cut it if you're gonna want to be the big dog around here. That was great, but at the same time, why is it a promo only great whenever there's somebody breaking character? They don't cut great promos anymore without breaking character. But now they have to break character all the time just for a great promo. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh my god, that's another thing. Oh, there's that, but then there's the worst. St. Louis, what's up? And then Becky will come out. Finally, the man has come back to St. Louis. Oh, both of them do it every time. They try and get the fans on their side so much. It's so cringe. You know what? Those are the three people I can't stand the most: Becky, Seth, and Drew. Becky, Seth, and Drew. I don't know what their real names are. I know Seth's Colby, I think. Colby Lopez or something. But Seth, Becky, and Drew, they always have to do the cheap pop. What's up, St. Louis? Becky, finally the mom has come around to St. Louis. It's like they talk at night. What can we do? Hey, babe. What can we talk? What can we do to get her over? Cheap pops. They do it every time. No mistaking it. Every time. Every time. Every week. It's gonna happen. It has happened. It is happening. I don't know. I just Drew is gonna come out with a big monologue next week. I went through hell. I swear. I never thought I would say this, but I am, and I never thought I could think of these things, but my mind has gone there. Who knows what he's gonna say about Punk in hell? I mean, he lost, right? So how is he gonna? He's gonna probably talk about how the war isn't over. This war isn't over. You beat me in the cell, but this war is not over. It won't end until Drew McIntyre's hand is raised. I got the evidence on you, Punk, but nobody seems to care or follow. You cheer him anyway. Yeah, exactly. No world champ. That you're bringing up all the things that bother me, Brian. That's great. The thing that I hate is when a champion gets pinned. Never should champions should never get pinned unless they're losing the title. Not only is a champion going to get pinned at Crown Jewel, but Triple H said she guaranteed that somebody's going to win and there's a winner and a loser. That means that the world champion, if you're going to have a company with two world titles, never make them face each other unless it's a unification match. Why on earth would you want your world champion to lose at a PLE at 1 o'clock in the afternoon somewhere? That's what you're guaranteeing. And then the winner gets a championship belt that looks like, oh my God. And then what? They're going to parade it around America? I'm the Saudi Arabian Crown Jewel 2024 champion. And that's the worst part about the belt. It's 2024. So that means they're going to get new belts for 2025, 2026. God, Crown Jewel got booed when Triple H was on the mic. They're gonna get all sorts of titles, that Crown Jewel. And then there's one for the women too. So the woman and a man are going to both be carrying around a Crown Jewel title. I really, really, really can't understand it. It's stupid. A champion should not be losing. You're going to get this match just at the expense. You're going to get a winner out of this, probably Gunther, and he's going to carry the title around. Because think about it. If a face carried that title, he'd be booed because nobody wants that title. So they're going to give it to Gunther probably, right? So because then if Gunther says I'm the Crown Jewel champion and people boo, it's a good thing because he's a heel. So they're probably going to have Gunther win. But that's not the point. The point is, why is Cody Rhodes taking a loss on pay-per-view? Why on PLE? Why is Cody Rhodes losing? If you're going to have two world champions, which I think is dumb to begin with, I would only have one world champion. Just one. Yeah, and she'll do that someday. That's the predictable thing. So maybe they're not going to do that. Maybe they're going to spice it up some way. Because everybody's predicting that, right? We'll see about that. Thanks again, Seth, for subscribing. Just 3 away from 500 now. 3 people. That's all I need to know to subscribe. Then I hit that milestone. So thanks a lot, Seth. But yeah, Brian, you keep bringing up all the points that really irk me. A champion losing a Crown Jewel, the whole Crown Jewel championship. Drew McIntyre and everything he says. Seth Rollins and Becky always going for cheap pops. All these things annoy the hell out of me. The man is back here, and just wait for it, Brian. Next time you watch Raw and Becky comes, oh, yes, Becky doesn't come out right now, but when she does, listen to what she says and watch Seth every week from here on out. What is up, Atlanta? And then you can start says, I'm a revolutionary. I'm a king. I'm a whatever, Harry. I'm a revolutionary. It's stupid. It is stupid stuff. Because I am a revolutionary. I am a Pictionary. I am a doofusary. Seth Rollins is just so high on himself. That's probably what I hate about him the most. He's so high on himself. He thinks that everybody loves him, and it's just not true. His cheap pops, just like his wife, they both do cheap pops every time. The man has come to St. Louis. How's it going, St. Louis? Like just shut up. I miss the fact that people can't be a good guy on the mic without trying to get a cheap pop. And I hate the fact that today that everybody has to break the fourth wall in order for it to be considered a good promo. Like the Miz when he cuts promos to Roman and Cena a few years ago, he was like, "How many opportunities do you two get and I don't get?" Like, you know what I mean? It's a worked shoot. I'm sick of every single promo these days having to be that in order for it to be called a good promo. Whatever happened to extracting heat the normal way? Whatever happened to that? It's a lost art in promos. A good guy should be able to talk on the microphone without plugging the city and get cheered from it. But these days, it's just a lack of that. Drew McIntyre always has to incorporate what's real happening with Punk in order for his promos to get cherished or highly rated. I just I don't know. Drew McIntyre needs a character direction change. The Judgment Day need a bigger heel in their faction, not Raquel Rodriguez. Drew McIntyre would be perfect for the Judgment Day if they really want. Like, think about how badass they'd look with him in there. So it would give Drew a change, and it would give the Judgment Day a change if Drew was in there with them. I know that people think that he's above the Judgment Day and all that, but why? That's good, Brian. I hate it too. I always hate it. Thumbs up to you. Speaking of thumbs up, thanks for the couple thumbs up in the chat right now. Yeah. So what's on TV on Tuesday? Well, hockey begins today, so I'm gonna be watching NHL hockey. But I don't think the Bruins play till tomorrow or the next day, Brian. But yeah, hockey begins tonight. Utah, their first ever game. Utah is getting a new team from Arizona. They're playing a few years in Utah, so that should be a good game tonight. They play Chicago. It's on ESPN, I believe. In Canada, it's on Sportsnet. I'm just stoked for hockey. But the Raw rating should be out today. I can't wait to see what they do. They were at their worst non-holiday episode ever last week, 1.2. Oh my God, that's so bad. Going into a go-home show, the 1.2 rating, I can't wait to see what it is this week. It's going to go up. We all know it's going up because you can't go much further down than that. And it's coming after a PLE. The Monday Night Football game wasn't as attractive, probably. And you had The Rock show up, which I know that people don't think The Rock's going to be on Raw, but it's going to make people, you know what I mean? Like, people will be hearing this in the grapevines. They'll hear The Rock came back, and then they'll think, oh, yeah, wrestling's on tonight. So, hey, Seth, how's it going? Are you new here, Seth? I haven't seen you before, I don't think. Just wondering if you're new, buddy. But yeah, there's so many things to talk about between the Crown Jewel Championship, Raw moving to 2 hours, Becky's and Seth's cheap pops, Drew's character. Hey man, do you mind subscribing to my channel? I need just 3 more people to get to 500. I don't want to ask for subscribers, but I only need 3 people to get to that 500 mark. So if you want to subscribe, that'd be great, buddy. And then tell me a bit more about yourself. I like meeting friends on here. Brian's a good guy. He's in the chat right now. He's my moderator. But yeah, And then you got to wonder if they're going to bring Goldberg in for Gunther or if that's just a one off. But yeah, when Gunther meets Cody Rhodes, Gunther's going to win because if a face is holding that Crown Jewel Championship and says, "Yeah, I'm the Crown Jewel Champion," the people are going to boo, right? So if they have a heel like Gunther holding the world title or the Crown Jewel world title, and he says, "I'm the Crown Jewel Champion," thanks, Seth. And he says, "I'm the Crown Jewel Champion," people are going to boo, and then that's natural. Okay, a heel gets booed. That's natural. But if a face holds the title, you're going to risk the boos. If you know what I mean, if Cody Rhodes is like, "I'm the 2024 Crown Jewel Champion," what also bugs me is these titles better not be like, they better not walk out with the titles. If you want to like shine it up backstage or hang it up in your locker room, that's fine. But they better not be wearing these titles to the ring because they're the yearly titles. This is just the 2024 Crown Jewel Championship. Next year, there's going to be a new championship. So soon, like 5 people are going to have Crown Jewel Championships in 5 years. Do you know what I mean? There's going to have different wrestlers with Crown Jewel Championships and the woman too. So that better be just something they hang up backstage because they can't, if they all bring it to the ring. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you're the same subscriber as before. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why it didn't go up because you already subscribed. But yeah, I mean, that Crown Jewel Championship is going to be once a year. So that means that other people are going to be holding Crown Jewel Championship. So in 2 years from now, just guys, picture this. In 2 years from right now, 3 different people are going to have a Crown Jewel Championship on their shoulder. And that's just for the men. There's going to be 3 ladies too that have Crown Jewel Championship on their shoulder. What is this company thinking? I get if that's the title that's always defended at Crown Jewel and then you move it to the next guy. But this is a yearly thing though. What are they going to have people like? They're going to have what, 6 Crown Jewel champions walking around in 2 years? They're going to have the ladies walking around with it. They're going to have the men walking around with it. It's unbelievable to me. It's literally unbelievable that they have that they're going to have a yearly Crown Jewel championship, and then they're going to make more titles and more titles for Crown Jewel for the 2025 winners. So 4 different people that by next year, 4 people, 2 women, 2 men will have a Crown Jewel championship with them. Where does it end? How does it end? It doesn't make much sense. We'll see what happens, I guess, but I don't think it sounds like a good idea. And I think the company will realize that too, but is it going to be too late? I think so. How could they honestly think that this is a good idea? Oh my god. The Crown Jewel Championship is a joke. What's up, Grayson Hallowell? Are you new here, Grayson? Exactly, Brian. Exactly. I see you over there, man. Oh, you're here. Okay. Sorry, man. I forgot the name. Now I kind of remember, though. I kind of remember now. Thanks for showing up again, Grayson. Brian's in here. Seth's in here. Thanks. But yeah, we were just ranting and raving over the Crown Jewel Championship. How it's going to be a yearly thing. So by next year, they're going to have 2 ladies and 2 men carrying around a Crown Jewel Championship. That that's disgusting. That's 4 people in a year carrying around a Crown Jewel Championship. That championship, if it was to be defended at every Crown Jewel, I would be okay with that. But no, it's a 2024 Crown Jewel Championship. So if that's the case, why not just do a trophy? Put the winner on the trophy. Don't make it a belt. Don't make it a title belt. Why make it a title belt? I mean, if you make it a title belt, then people are going to parade to the ring with the championship. And it's not like the person needs it, because the only person to win that championship is a world champion themselves. So, like, why would Gunther need it when he's already the world champion? Why would he need the Crown Jewel Championship too? Oh my God, there's so many reasons that it's such a bad idea. Triple H talked like it was the greatest thing ever. Like his idea was like the greatest invention ever. I'm not saying it was his idea, but the way he portrayed it, it seemed like it. For real, for real. For real. Yeah, that's exactly my point, man. It's exactly my point. Where does it end? And they scrapped that, didn't they? They scrapped that and moved on, didn't they? That's going to happen to Crown Jewel. Pretty sure. Or how about this? Why don't they just have a battle royal and the winner gets a trophy, the Crown Jewel trophy? Why does it have to be a world champion losing to give this title away? We're giving this title away, this stupid title, this stupid prop, a yearly prop, to somebody that is beating the world champion on live PLE event. Why make the champion look weak? The loser. I don't care if somebody runs in. Why has the world champion losing at a PLE at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? It's like the Fiend. He went to Saudi Arabia and he lost to Goldberg in a minute. Goldberg. Like 60-year-old Goldberg beat the Fiend, like when the Fiend was the world champion. And then I think Drew took it off Goldberg after that when COVID happened. I believe that's what happened. But yeah, nobody deserves this Crown Jewel Championship because it's a joke. For so many reasons. I just listed like 30 reasons. I could keep going. Never mind the look of the title. Who cares how many diamonds it has? It symbolizes stupidity. Whoever holds that belt is damned from stupidity. And I could see them giving that belt to someone that doesn't have anything going. Let's say like Chad Gable needs a belt. I could see them giving it to, but no, they're giving it to the world champion. whatever world champion wins, apparently, right? So why does the world champion need another belt? You know what? God, I feel sorry for whoever loses. Really do. Shouldn't be doing that in your title reign. Losing on PLE at 1 p.m. What Brian says about the greatest Royal Rumble. That's a good analogy. That's a good example. Yep, that was when it was the most prestigious. I also liked Austin's 1998 title that he won it. They they debuted it right after WrestleMania 14. It was right after the wing belt. It had the Earth or whatever. It had that blue thing in the middle. I don't know if it was an eagle or what. No, not an eagle. It was like the Earth. It looked like I can't remember, but it was the one Austin used in '98. And I believe that title lasted up until like 2001 or something. But the winged one is the prettiest, I think. But the Crown Jewel Championship is going to be in the same realm as the 24/7 Championship. It just makes no sense. None. They're going to have a lady and then another lady next year because it's 2025 next year holding these two Crown Jewel Championships. And then you're going to have two guys by next year holding two Crown Jewel Championships. And what for what? It's just such a lame idea. And to do it every year, why not make it a trophy then? Or why not make it a battle royal for people that aren't pushed? There's so many wrestlers that could use something. Why not make it a trophy or like, you win a battle royal, you get the trophy for Crown Jewel. Why make it a championship? And then furthermore, give it to the world champion when he's already the world champion. He doesn't need anything else. And you're doing it at the expense of another world champion losing. It makes zero sense. There's no logistics behind it. Yeah, the hardcore title was pretty cool. Crash Holly, rest in peace. Michael Lockwood. He made that title. The 24/7 one, anyway. Or the 24/7 rule, I should say. He's like the R-Truth to the 24/7 title. Crash Holly to the hardcore title. Al Snow and Bob Holly were sort of like the original hardcore title people, but Crash Holly made it famous for when it was 24/7. I didn't know where to find you, but now I do. Drew McIntyre is going to win the Rumble. And when I do, CM Punk is going to be it's going to be history. I'm glad we didn't get that on Raw. We're going to get it on the next Raw. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, too bad. He choked on his own vomit, I think. Not to be graphic, but I think that's what happened when he got drunk. That's what the report said anyway. Somebody like Test. The Judgment Day could use somebody like Test or Drew McIntyre, right? Like some tall, muscular dude. Wait a minute. Isn't there like why not like Bronson Reed? Why can't Bronson Reed or a heel Braun Strowman be in the Judgment Day? That's what they need because they're a bunch of little fools. They're all little and small, and they need some help. I don't understand why they don't just put like a monster in that group, and then it's like, okay, it's legit again now. Yeah, Andrew Martin. Yeah, I made a video on my channel. It's actually Brian. It's the fourth most highest viewed video on my channel. It says "Rest in Peace" test. It's got about 2,000 views. It's like the fourth highest on my channel or something. I made an Owen Hart video and that has 28,000 views. It's not all about views, but it's cool to see that people remember Test, Owen, and all the guys that you know what I mean. It's cool to see my tribute videos are the ones that people like, even though I like the Monday Night Wars, and I wish people would get into it, but you do it at your own time, right? That's why I archive them. I archive the Monday Night Nitros and Raws because it's for whenever people want to go back and relive the Night Wars. They don't have to relive them with me. That's insanity. You're not gonna have fun doing that. But they're just there for whenever people want to look at them, right? That's why I do them. So who's all up in here? Seth, Grayson, and Brian? Or do we have a mystery person? It's always a mystery person that doesn't chat, which is cool. If you want to just hang out and chill, that's cool to me. At least you're in here. The night that Owen Hart died, I was shocked, disbelief. They didn't decide to choose to stop the show right there, right there. Yeah, but you know what? They didn't know he was dead until there was 2 matches left. He officially died. They got the word that he died from Truman Medical Center in Kansas City. They got the message he died right before The Rock and Triple H fought. The Rock and Triple H and Austin Undertaker were the only 2 matches left. So that's why they continued the show, because not only a fear of riot, but they had 2 matches left. That's it. Just 2. So what would be the point of, you continue the show this far? You might as well just end it. But that's their call. It was the dumb call to not do. It was insensitive. It should have been canceled. But from the WWF side, I don't know. They're taught to keep going no matter what. So it's hard to stomach and it's hard to understand. But I believe that no one was thinking clearly. Nothing like that had ever happened before. And you know what I mean? Like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. That's what The Rock said about that decision in his book. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So I'm just quoting The Rock. But Brian, I couldn't believe it either. I was 12 years old and I had like an asthma attack when it happened. I cried at my grandma's. We were watching Sunday evening news. And just that weekend, Brian, I rented from Coliseum Video, from the video store. That weekend, he died May 19th. He died May 23rd, 99. But on May 19th, or May 20th or whatever, 21st, whatever the Friday was. I went to rent a Coliseum video, and I rented WrestleMania 10, and that has Owen versus Brett in the opener with Owen winning. So I watched. Hey King, how's it going? So Brian, I watched Owen Hart versus Bret Hart WrestleMania 10 the very weekend he died. So I was shook it up at Sunday evening at my grandma's watching the news. I saw Canadian Owen Hart is dead, and I bursted into tears. And I was only 12 at the time. I hadn't really known anyone that died before, but I bursted into tears. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, what's up, King? But yeah, it's tragic, right? I mean, all us hardcore fans is still tough. It's still tough to think about. So yeah, I made a video on my channel, and that's the one that people like. I guess 28,000 views. Whereas my second most highest video is 6,000 views. So that's how different that video is. And then the one after that is like 2,000. So like I dropped from 28 to 6 to 2. Um, the LOD or the 6,000 one. It's like a tribute video I made for them. Um, yeah. So I don't even know if there are any dead wrestlers left to tribute to. Maybe Brody Lee I could do. I don't think I did Viscera or the Von Erichs or Bruiser Brody, Adrian Adonis. I didn't do any of those guys. But it's okay. Maybe I'll get to that one day. For now, I'm just working on Nitro and Raw. So what are you saying, King? You love Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes? I don't think they'll be teaming together anymore. Just a thought. We'll see, though. We shall see. Oh, another subscriber. Bang. 2 more to go till 500. Yeah, he was a legend, and all the Von Erichs deserve to be remembered. Such a tragedy with all of them. Yeah, Seth, I already did a Bray Wyatt video. That one was pretty popular too. But the Legion of Doom one was the second most popular. Surprisingly, the Macho Man video and the Benoit video didn't do too well. Neither did the Eddie Guerrero one, which shocked me. Like I said, it was Owen, huge, LOD, and then Test was the third most viewed. Also, Sean O'Hara. I did one for Sean O'Hara, and that was the fourth most viewed one. Interestingly enough, Sean O'Hara, yeah, he unfortunately hung himself. Yeah, I did the Ultimate Warrior. Actually, that video did all right. It had like 1 or 2,000 views. But yeah, I wish my Nitro and Raw reviews would get up there in the thousands. So a few of them have 1,000 views. The Nitro and Raw ones I do, but I archive my results for Nitro and Raw, my recap, my reviews. I archive them so whenever people are interested in rewatching the Monday Night Wars, they're right there for them. I don't expect anyone to follow along, but I do expect that people see that they're right there for them whatever they decide to watch. You know, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna go rewatch Raw in 1998, you can go to my reviews, check them out first, or you can go after and check it out, and then see if your opinion matches mine. Either or. I think watching a review first always helps. And the Monday Night Wars have been done on the internet, but not with me, not with my flavor. Every Baskin Robbins has all these flavors, and there's a reason for that. People don't want just what they get; they want different flavors of what they get. So I can bring a different voice, different personality, different facts, different presentation to the Monday Night Wars that other people haven't brought. Yeah, I forgot to. I haven't done draws either. I haven't done that guy either. I forgot, not forgot, but I forgot to do. I usually used to do them each week. A, a video on a dead wrestler each week, but I haven't done that in months. But they tend to do pretty well. But it's not about that. It's about paying tribute to the wrestler. You know, I did one on Sid. So yeah, I guess I did do one recently. Just Sid. I yeah, just Sid. What's interesting is it's a pretty good turnout for a Tuesday afternoon. I'll do a video on draws soon enough. Same with Brody Lee. Brody Lee should be mentioned. Um, who else? Draws, Brody Lee. Huh. That's all I can think about right now. Anyway, let's switch to the topics to Crown Jewel. Does anybody like Crown Jewel? That's what I want to know. Thanks for the thumbs up in the chat. There's a couple thumbs up. Really? When did that happen? I met the Bushwhackers. Yeah, they're funny people, both of them. I said to them that you guys have been my favorite wrestling tag team since I was two. And they went, since you were two? They went, you can't remember when you were two? And I was like, that's a good point. I meant to say since I was five. Looking back on it now, I was only a 12-year-old kid telling them that. Really, that's pretty nasty, but it sounds like them. Thanks for the 2 likes in my chat right now. Appreciate it. That's interesting that they licked you, though. It sounds a lot like them. Anybody think Bronson or Braun Breaker is gonna stay heel or turn face? Oh, that's pretty weird. That's different. That's different, Brian. I've got to go run and get more coffee. I'll be right back in a few minutes. Okay, guys? What's up, guys? What's up? So what's going on? Hey man, how's it going? Long time no see either, Stefan. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. No complaints. I'm just trying to get this nitro thing figured out. Just 1 second, guys. Yeah, I know I'm almost there. I'm just trying to figure out this nitro thing. This is weird. Back. I'm back now. Think I figured it out. Yeah, you are, Brian. I'm almost to 500 too. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Back at it, yeah. Freak out. Ooh, yeah. Stefan is one of the regulars who comes and goes when he pleases. Yes, he does. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Brian, Stefan is a regular here, dude. He's a real cool dude. He's on his way up to 300 subscribers, Stefan. 300. Well, maybe you should try, man. It's the only way you do it. You got to try. Brian puts in a good effort. Brian, you're a ladies man. You got a bunch of ladies on your channel. What's that about? I hope those ladies aren't asking you for money, Brian. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just hope they don't ask for money because there's a lot of scams online with women, trying to get close to you and look for money. I just really hope that that's not the case here because I've seen some women come to my accounts looking for money, and I hope that's not what's going on in your chat. Let me know if that's what's going on. Like if any of those girls ask for money or talked about how they need money, that's a red flag right there. Oh, okay, that's great then. You have nothing to worry about. I just get a lot of girls in my spam chat that I was just making sure those accounts weren't people trying to get money. Yeah, Stefan, you were like one of my first person here, right? Stefan was like either the first or second person ever, Brian, that on the channel, like on the live stream. So your guys are both OGs to the channel. I made Brian moderator. He's got the tools. So let's talk wrestling. Let's talk about a subject. Should we talk about Drew? Crown Jewel Championships? Punk? 2 hours? No, he better be. I mean, he's on the channel. Pretty sure he is. What did people think of the Gunther Sami Zayn match? Not serious. Why so serious? Why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face. And why so serious? Now we're gonna have tryouts. Make it fast. Lapaka versus Super Callow on Nitro. What I'm working on right now. I don't know what to do here. CM Punk is such a hypocrite. I've got the evidence. Oh, shut up, Drew. Just shut up already. Find a new opponent and join the Judgment Day. Totally, man. All the way. Drew needs to join the Judgment Day to get his character better. What? I'm 2 subs away from 500. I need 500 subs. Just 2. Whoever's in the chat room, if you're a fan of Drew McIntyre and you're sick of his crying, subscribe to my channel. I only need 2 more people to get to 500. And then when I get there, I can be a hypocrite like Drew, like Punk is. I got all the evidence. You fans boo me no matter what, how many times I present the evidence to you, but you still chant his name. My biggest thing with Drew is the Royal Rumble when he was like, finally, Drew McIntyre is going to win the Royal Rumble. And then he wins it, and then fans on Twitter are surprised, right? So he comes out on Raw the next night. Guys, I can't believe it either. I won the Royal Rumble. I'm shocked. What are you talking about, dude? You just said you were going to win the Rumble. And now because Twitter was surprised, you're like, I can't believe it either. The hell? What's this guy talking about? At least it's not as bad as Seth's. Whoa. And what's up, St. Louis? He's gotta kiss the ass of every city he's in, like his wife. Come on, let's come to St. Louis. I'm just using St. Louis because that's where they just were. I can't believe it. I just won it all. I won the Royal Rumble. I did the impossible. I did the unthinkable. I carried this company through the COVID-19 pandemic. They needed a face. That's so true, Brian. That's exactly what he'd say. I carried this company through the COVID-19 pandemic. I carried them through the hard times. They needed a face, and I had one face to look up to, and that's Drew McIntyre. More like he carried them to the record low ratings. See you, Stefan. See you, brother. More like he carried them to record low ratings. Drew's a good guy. He's a good talent. But I'm sick of him on the mic, and I'm sick of his character, and I think he needs a new character. And the Judgment Day needs somebody established. They need a heel guy, a voice. I think Drew McIntyre would be good there. That would resurrect the Judgment Day, and it would put Drew in something meaningful. I don't know. I just think it's a fit. His dark hair, they're a dark group. Maybe Raquel is Drew's new lady. You know, it can fit. It can work. Unless the company thinks Drew McIntyre on his own is the best for business. I don't. They think Drew McIntyre's on a pedestal of his own. Of his own. I'm still talking with his pretend Scottish accent that I'm trying to put on his own. Very, very grateful. So, what was the evidence, Brian, that Drew McIntyre had on Punk anyway? I stopped watching. Here's a little secret about me. I stopped watching from about April to September. I stopped watching. What did Drew say? What was the evidence Drew McIntyre had on Punk? Is it because he left the company and talked bad about it? Other than that, what kind of evidence did he even have on Punk that he won't shut up about? This evidence that he's showing everyone. If I would still YouTube the last 4 months, if I didn't take 4 months off, I'd probably be at 600 subscribers now. That's what sucks. I could have been higher, but what do you do, right? It's not all about subscribers. It's quality over quantity. If there's a few people on my channel and they're cool, that's better than a lot of people on my channel and they're dicks or not even caring. You know what I mean? I want quality subscribers. I don't just want random names. That's why I try and get to know each person when I tell them to subscribe. I want to know their first name. I want all the info. That way, if they come back to the chat, I can call them by their first name. But yeah, Brian, if you could work up to type out what this evidence was that Drew had against Punk, let me know because I'm always wondering that. Wonder what the evidence was. I carried the company through the COVID pandemic. Yeah, to record low ratings. I know COVID was to blame, not him, but still. Don't brag about being the face of COVID when COVID wasn't great. Guys, I can't believe it. McIntyre said, "You left this company and talked bad all about this company while you were gone, while you disappeared on us. I think company." Oh, God. Is that it? Is that all Drew has on him? Give it up. Fuck. Do you know how many people. You got to understand, CM Punk back then, Vince McMahon fired him on his wedding day. I mean, he had a resentment towards the company, not the fans, not him, not actual professional wrestling. He just has a resentment against the McMahons, the company. He didn't hate wrestling fans or anything like that. But Drew wants to make it sound that way, especially Seth. I hate you with everything inside me. His little scritchy voice. I can't do it, but oh God, I hate Seth and Drew. Like their opinions on Punk really bother me. I can't believe the Braun Breaker segment. They said Braun Breaker. I had a bunch of other YouTubers talked about how they made him look like a bitch last week when he said congratulations, and then this week he runs over everyone. And the commentator he actually said, if you think he was a If you think he was weak last week for saying congratulations, what do you think of him now? I'm not saying that anyone in the WWE saw my video, but I guarantee other people echoed what I said, and that echo went to WWE. And because why else would they have said that? I'm not saying it was me that started it. I'm just saying that I had an opinion that other wrestling fans had, and they learned it off their videos. That's what I think happened, because it had to have been one or two, one or the other. So I thought that was interesting. Thought that was interesting for sure. At least they made Braun Breaker a better heel or a better character, even if he's heel now. I that's a better Braun Breaker than the smiley. Congratulations, Jay. That's not the badass. Could you imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin coming to the ring in 1998? Congratulations. Congratulations, Owen Hart. Bye. It did. And I was saying that, Brian, on the channel last week. And then all of a sudden this week on Raw, the commentator says, if you think it made him look weak to say congratulations, what do you think it makes him look now? I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's what he said. So it's interesting that the commentators are saying that. Like, it must be like watching on Twitter. They must be watching other people. They're not watching me. I know that, but I'm just saying that I said that, and then they talked about that. That's pretty cool. Maybe one day they'll watch me. Guys, I can't believe it. I ran this company when COVID was here. I have all the evidence. Brian, you agree with like all my opinions, hey? Everything I say you agree with, and that's cool. I hope it's legit. Because if you don't agree with me on something, let me know. I think there's one thing you don't. I think it's the 3 hour thing, right? You like the 3 hours. That's one thing we disagree on, but everything else we agree on. It looks like, and that's cool. We should agree on more than we disagree on, but still, I'm expecting to disagree on a few things with you, but only one thing? That's crazy. I can only think of one thing we disagreed on. So, Brian, can you tell me what happened between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes? How did Kevin turn heel? I didn't see the video, and I never saw the video. So, if you mind telling me, that'd be great. That's true. It might feel rushed, but you know what? I think it's quality over quantity. I think they're going to pack quality matches together, make them shorter, but quality over quantity. No slow moments, no commercials between matches, all that stuff. That's my opinion. We could have different opinions on that. But yeah, everything else we tend to agree on. I think 2 hours is great. Yeah, you're going to lose some jobbers and mid carders, but that's what main events for. And they can alternate them each week. If Tozawa and all these R-Truth were on one week, the next week you can throw out the other jobbers, the company. You know what I mean? So it's not that they're not getting exposed. It's just until the business was run back in the day, and it should run it again like that. I'm glad they went to 2 hours because they sent over the main event last night at the 1:30 mark, and I was thinking, wow, we're only halfway through the show. But no, because it was the main event. It was just a 2 hour show. So I'm like, oh shit, really? Well, that's cool. That's entertaining. I just think 3 hours drags it out, man. Drags it out big time. Two subscribers away, Brian. We're gonna have to have a party stream when I hit it. We're gonna have to have a party stream when I hit it. We're gonna have to have a party stream. So what's new? What's gonna happen on SmackDown? Is Roman Reigns gonna show up or The Rock? You think? You think The Rock or Jimmy Uso will definitely be there, but Roman or Rock? So what's up? Do you have the evidence on me? Brian, do you have the evidence on me that it's going to expose me as a hypocrite? Next time I'm in your live stream, Brian, I want you to do a Drew McIntyre impression. You get what you put in, and people get what they deserve. Still, I ain't seen man. What the hell? So is Drew McIntyre going to talk about the evidence he's got on Punk? Is he going to tell the world why CM Punk's a hypocrite? Seriously though, what do you think? Rock or Roman this Friday night? Which one? And Roman, obviously, but you think The Rock's going to show up? He can't just show up and go, and then that's it. Come on, man. He's got to be at least one SmackDown. Have him at one SmackDown this week or next week, and then have Roman at all of them. Maybe one or two he can miss. Because I don't like this Solo shit. That's a perfect name for Solo. He's Solo. It's because he's just there and he's just on his own. He's Solo. And get it? He's so low on the credibility factor. He's so low. At least I don't know what's more pathetic, the new Judgment Day or the new Bloodline. Judgment Day don't have any heels that are credible. Finn Balor keeps losing everything he fights in. Yeah, if they start holding the Crown Jewel Championships, imagine how many, because there's going to be a woman and a guy, and it's a yearly thing apparently because it's the 2024 Crown Jewel Championship. He said they win. So if people keep holding those belts out, everybody's going to have a belt that says Crown Jewel. In 5 years, that's 10 people that are going to be Crown Jewel champions and having the belt with them. If this was a belt that was defended at every Crown Jewel, that'd be fine. But they're giving this yearly to whoever wins the championship match. Why book a world champion to lose on a PLE at 1 p.m. in the afternoon? Also, the other guy can just hold a belt that says Crown Jewel champion. You serious? How did they think that this was a good idea? How could they think that this was a good idea? How does Paul Levesque think that that's... And here I was just happy they got rid of those type of matches at Survivor Series, only for them to do it at Crown Jewel, which makes it even worse. Anyone thoughts on SmackDown? Roman, Rock, no. Jimmy Uso, obviously. But what about Roman or Rock? Don't at me, bro. Ugh. I'm one subscriber away from 500, guys. I think they will parade around with those crown jewel championships, Brian. Unfortunately, I think they will. You're gonna have two different people, crown jewel champions, a woman and a guy, and then they're gonna do that again next year. So how many belts are they gonna pump out? I could see if it was one belt that was pumped out and they had tournaments for it or a battle royal, but to have a new championship each year, how many people are going to be holding crown jewel championships? In 5 years, you'll have 10 different people with a crown jewel belt, right? That's what I'm wondering, Brian. One world champion losing, it's not worth it. They do all that work, and then they just shit on the credibility and plus the title belts. Like I said, in 5 years there'll be 10 different people with title belts, 5 ladies, 5 men, crown jewel championships. That's gonna be so ridiculous. It'll look ridiculous after this year alone. Imagine how it would be in a few years from now. What's up, Seth? Title Tuesday or NXT? I don't watch either of them on Tuesdays. What should I watch? NXT? What's up, Seth? I see you, brother. Daz. I need one more subscriber to get to 500. Just one more person. Not sure who that'll be, but whatever. It all sucks, eh? I hear you. No, I hear you. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, I never really got into AEW. Yeah, he went undefeated until Starrcade '98 when Kevin Nash beat him. I'm just watching Nitro while I'm doing this chat. If a few people come up in here, I'll shut the Nitro off. Yeah, I remember Simon Dean. Yeah, I know. Couldn't take them seriously. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big Austin Theory fan. Not at all. What are you up to right now, Brian?
Hey, Tony, I am the locals here called Jacksonville, the Jewel on the St. John's. 8 days from tonight, 8 days. The band's jam the Jacksonville Civic Center for a special Tuesday audition of Nitro. Fans from all over the country are going to be here for TV's hottest 2 hours. Don't be shut out. Get to the Civic Center box office for the nearest ticket outlet first thing tomorrow. You know, besides hosting this special Tuesday Nitro, Jacksonville's the home of Bird Apple, rock, and the birthplace of Pat Boone. But despite look, he's apparently rejected his song Whippin' the Weasel. And that's your 1-800 Collect Road report from Jacksonville. I'm Lee Marshall for 1-800 Collect. And the flip side is Whippin' Collect Road report from Jacksonville. I'm Lee Marshall for 1-800 Collect. And the flip side is Whippin' the Weasel. The weirdo Marshall. I don't like him. Now NWO music, and here we go. The second hour is off and running. Ladies and gentlemen, as we said, we want you to join us next Tuesday. WCW Monday Nitro will not be on next Monday. It will be WCW Tuesday Nitro next Tuesday, the 22nd of July. What are you going to be watching tomorrow? Yeah, you can get used to watching World Championship Wrestling on Tuesday. Tomorrow is the replay for Bash at the Beach. Then join us next Tuesday for a special edition of Tuesday Nitro Live. You know some good. Watching the replay is you miss something when you see it live. You gotta see it again. So much action. What a great pay-per-view. Would you look at this? Oh my goodness, an injury. You're right. Well, he certainly had no problem getting out of a limo a few minutes ago. If I knew the Giant was looking for me, I think I'd have an injury as well. Or tell the limo driver to step on it. Eric Bischoff is out with Holy and 6 in Conan. And Vincent, off Bagwell, Norton, they're all here. Except world champion Hollywood Hulk Hogan. How do you know? You never know about that rat. It's too much! All right. We love you too. We really do. Each and every one of you. But we've got some business we've got to take care of. As you can see, one of the most powerful men on the planet is here to death. Is injured. And that's not the worst thing. As bad as it is, that's not the worst thing. You know what the worst thing is? There are people accusing him of being.
Sounds good.
A sting imposter last night. Kevin, I'm going to ask you straight up in front of millions of people around the world who love you. Was it you? Absolutely not. I would never stoop so low as to attack another combatant from behind. Kevin, go here. Tearing me up now. I know that you pulled yourself out of traction to make it here tonight because you've got a very important announcement that you want to make to the world. Guys, help me up because I got to stand for this. Be careful. What's the merchandise? Please. K-Dog, in Las Vegas, you not only showed the Wolfpack, the NWO, but you showed the world what you would do. United States and the world, this one is for the raza. Arriba la raza! You have proven to us you have what it takes to be part of the new world order. Welcome aboard, K-Dog! You're getting stronger. And K-Dog, everybody knows that when you're in WO, you're in WO. Even looking like Larry Flynn, I'm just too
That's what Drew would say. That's what Drew McIntyre says every promo. Punk, I've got the evidence right here. I've got the evidence. No one listens to me. You keep cheering him anyway, and you don't ever. I can't even do it right now. Oh, man. Punk, I've showed the evidence to all of you about CM Punk all this time, and you don't listen to me. What's it going to take for you to stop chanting his name? I show you the evidence every week, but you still tune me out. Oh, man. What's he going to think up next? He better get over this Punk shit. He better stop this Punk shit. Getting tired of it. Oh, man. Now we're going to have to hear Brian, now we're going to have to hear Rollins say this shit to Punk because now Rollins and Punk are feuding, right? So we're going to have to hear the hypocrite Rollins. He's going to kiss up to the fans. And then he's going to call Punk all these names, all these things. And Punk's going to be injured. It's so stupid. I knew going into Hell in a Cell that Punk was going to get injured. I said, why would you put the most injury-prone person into an injury-prone match? And sure enough, like it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. As long as it finishes the feud with McIntyre, that's at least somewhat salvageable. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really convinced. It's over because next week Drew can just get back on the mic and talk about how he went to hell and how he was the company's top man during COVID. How he had carried the company at the time they needed it the most. during the pandemic. He was the man that had to defeat everybody and draw the lowest ratings ever. Slashes his, puts his sword down. Oh yeah, I don't get Drew when he's supposed to be a Scottish psychopath. He's like Charlie Caruso. Thank you for that. Thank you for the interview. Like, well, what? Didn't you just say you were a psychopath? Why are you thanking her for the interview and being all nice? And then again, psychopaths are very manipulative and they can be nice, I guess, but that's not Drew's character. He was supposed to be a psychopath, like a vicious psychopath. Drew has no character. That's what bugs me about him. He's got no gimmick. All he does is come out and speak his mind in a stupid Scottish accent. And then they call him the warrior, like the Scottish warrior. It's a nickname. It's like Charlotte Flair. She's not really a queen. So it's not a gimmick. It's just a nickname. So, Drew, as long as Drew says something else. But as far as Crown Jewel, I'm so mad about it that I'm thinking about making a video. I don't know. I'm not sure if the Crown Jewel, if it's going to be a champion every single year. I mean, it should be because it said 2024. So I don't know if they're getting a belt for the rest of their life. I'm the 2024 Crown Jewel champion or what? But it's almost like inducting people in the Hall of Fame twice. When they induct the people in the Hall of Fame twice, it loses prestige and credibility. I can't believe it. I just won the Royal Rumble. I carried this company all through the pandemic. They needed a face. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe it, guys. I just won the Rumble. He says, this is Drew McIntyre, okay? 1 week before the Royal Rumble. Finally, Drew McIntyre will win the Royal Rumble. This is him the night after the Royal Rumble. Guys, I can't believe it either. I won the Royal Rumble. What? You just said you were going to win the Royal Rumble. Now because Twitter is like, wow, Drew won. He latches onto that and goes, wow, I can't believe I just won the Royal Rumble. I carried this company all the way through the pandemic. They needed a face, and I was there. Where were you, Punk? You weren't there. You were at home with your wife. Oh, you're such a hypocrite. And no matter how many times I bring it to the audience's attention, you don't believe me. You still chant this man's name. Whatever. Not sour grapes. No. Quit looking up my skirt, you perv. God, he's a piece of work, man. But I can't decide who's more annoying though, Rollins or McIntyre. Because Rollins, the way he laughs, God, and his stupid oh, or his sucking up to the city. What's up, Kelowna? That's my city, so I said Kelowna. But yeah, those three things. If Seth can stop the music thing, stop his laugh, but he's not going to because he's a revolutionary and a visionary and a revolutionary of what? Think about how many times this guy's had to change his gimmick just to stay fresh. First, he was Seth freaking Rollins. Then he was Monday Night Rollins. Then he was a Shield member. Then he was an Authority member. Then he was a bitch to the Authority. Then he was not Monday Night Rollins. What's it called? He had a few other versions of himself too. And then now he's freaking Rollins. He's had to adapt his to new characters. You just can't keep the same one. Yeah, the sing along with the crowd. I don't. Yeah, if he CM Punk even said that's the only thing you got working, so you might as well keep it. He said something like that. I'm paraphrasing him. He said something like that. But it's true. And the reason, you want to know the reason it happens? The reason the fans do it? Because when you're in a live attendance at a show, you want to fit in and do what everyone else is doing and have fun. But when you're watching it at home, it's so worse. It's so cringeworthy. But when you're in the crowd, it's just like the what chant. If you're in the crowd, saying what is fun. If you're at home and you're seeing people say what, it's stupid. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like people in the crowd, when you say what with them, that'd be fun. But when you're at home, it's not fun. It's annoying and it's ridiculous. It's the same thing as his sing along. It's the same thing. And he calls himself a visionary and a revolutionary. Why? Because he found a way to laugh like a geek. Ha 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 ha. And he found a way to be like, oh man, I could rip Seth Rollins apart, but I don't want to. Not that he's gonna see this or anything, but I don't feel like it because it bothers me. It actually bothers me. Wrestling's supposed to be an outlet. You're not supposed to get bothered. But he bothers the shit out of me. Him and Drew. They should form a tag team. They really should. Also, Sikoa saying, "Oh, acknowledge me in the gym." Yeah, yeah, exactly. Solo Sikoa is the last person that should be saying, "Acknowledge me." He should be saying, "Can you please know my name?" Not acknowledge me. Solo Sikoa need the bloodline needs somebody new, just like the Judgment Day. The bloodlines need somebody new. They need the Rock, but they're not going to get the Rock. Not right now, anyway. Just checking something out. I just had to check something. Now that I've checked it, it's good. I'm talking like Drew McIntyre, and I can't help it now. You've made me talk like Drew McIntyre. Thanks, buddy. Punk, you're a hypocrite, and no matter how many times I tell the audience this way, you still chant his name. COVID, they needed a face to represent the company, and I was there the whole time. Finally, Drew McIntyre is going to win the Rumble. Then the next set after the Rumble. Solo Sikoa, though? Yeah. Sikoa needs to be reprogrammed. Oh, Solo. What is he going to do? That's what I think they'll build towards. I really think that. You're right. But if Solo Sikoa wins, oh my god. Please no. That's not going to give him all the credibility. It would be a big boost, but it's not going to give him the credibility he needs. Yeah, it's the match that should happen, and it was taken away from us. Roman or The Rock. I didn't. No one ever foresaw it being with The Rock being a heel, Roman being a face. I was starting to witness Roman doing the same like tendencies at Bad Blood when he was a face that when he was a face before, when he's trying to get the crowd on his side before his ooh ah. Before that, it just bugged me. It irritated me. I like Roman acting like he did when he was a heel, but he's starting to act like that face again. That like at least in the ring, anyways. Not really when he comes out. He's still keeping his cool glare and he's still, he's trash talking and all that, but he's not, he's still doing that, trying to get the fans on his side, like when he hulks up pretty much. Um, and yeah, that just, it gave me a bad memory of when he was trying to be a babyface all those times. That's what it made me think of. So, but yeah, so this face Roman versus The Rock, yeah, that would be great because any Roman Rock match would have been great, but no one would have forecasted that Roman would be the good guy in this match. I almost forgot how well The Rock did at WrestleMania. He did pretty good for his age, for sure. Then again, I've only watched that match once. I haven't rewatched it. I've only seen it once. It should be interesting to see if it is Rollins and Punk at the WrestleMania, because I forecasted. Why do I keep saying that? I predicted that Punk would win the Royal Rumble. So if he wins the Rumble, unless Seth beats Cody somehow, then we get Seth versus Punk for the title. That's what I said. Yeah, they should have Punk win the Rumble. He's never won one, and he's never main event WrestleMania. So give him that. And I don't know, like, what would he take on Gunther? Would he take on? They want Rollins and Punk, right? So they're gonna make Rollins the champion. Make him beat Cody. Make him beat Gunther. One or the other. I just don't like two world champions. I'm starting to get sick of it. There should be one world champion, just one, and he should be on both brands. Not every single night to be on both brands, but he should, in theory, be there available on both brands. Same with the women's championship. One champion. So I'll be doing a Friday night live stream for SmackDown. When's AEW? Tomorrow night? I never watch it, so I'm not sure. Yeah, Punk won the Money in the Bank back in a long time ago. And he cashed in 2008, I believe. June of 08, I believe he cashed in. Yippers. I just think him winning the Rumble would be apropos. I don't know what they're gonna do with Goldberg and Gunther. I could see them doing a one-off match because Saudi Arabia loves the big names, right, from the past, which is why they always do like the Undertaker versus Goldberg or Shawn Michaels and Triple H versus Taker and Kane. It always ends up being a disaster, but that's why they do those matches. So Goldberg and Walter, you never know. What's up, Mason? Yeah, and then they took the briefcase away from him. The Miz, he signed it over to the Miz, and then the Miz won the money. He won the world title. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Well, it's up there. It's not the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but it's up there. Why give the briefcase to Otis if you were just gonna take it away? That's good, Mason. That you're good. Thanks for stopping in, man. One more subscriber. Just need one more subscriber. Then it's 500. Hell, I could go ask my brother or sister to subscribe to me. And then I get hit with 550. Yeah, and then they called him Monster in the Bank. Yeah, that was just last year, Mason, remember? You hate the new bloodline? The new one sucks. Honestly, the new one is a joke.
And all that he proved was that he can stab someone in the back like Rey Mysterio Jr., a young man that he trained with 7 years ago at the same camp in Tijuana. Now Rey Mysterio Jr. suffering a broken leg. Looks like he's going to be sidelined for about 2 months.
Right before Conan broke his leg, tell what happened. The big man, Kevin Nash, powerbomb Mysterio what? 4 or 5 times?
It's a man that he outweighed by about 150 pounds.
Or more.
Or more is right. All right.
So when a man has been powerbombed 4 or 5 times, and then another man comes in and breaks his leg, it's what makes it easy.
I know it's what makes it easy, and what makes it characteristic of the NWO. Yeah, proves he's a perfect fit with the New World Order. That's all it proves. And that's another reason why it's not so hard to see.
Is that you, Mason? Out there with Brian? We got H1 reviewing it. Need one more subscriber to hit 500. I'm gonna be pimping the channel here, Brian, because one more person gets to be 500 subscribers.
The only way you can tell for sure is you're going to have to watch it tomorrow night. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to call you as soon as it's over to give you my opinion.
Yeah, it's good that you're here. Thanks.
This morning, late last night, we talked about Hogan and Rodman, NWO banner against Luger and the Giant. As a result of what happened last night,
One more video I make a 600 video, and one more subscriber is 500. So it's gonna say 500, 600 soon. Right now it says 499, and then it says 599 for videos I've made.
Well, the way the Giant talks and the way he looks, there's only one person he wants to get
Crazy.
his hands on. And that's the
Coincidence.
big man, Kevin Nash.
someone finds the front teeth of 6, bring it back to him, because he got caught right there with the Harlem sidekick.
And he gets stunned by a big, big beat.
They do not lack, they beat Harlem Heat like today in confidence. And an incredible athletic display by Booker T. And you're right, to this point in this matchup, the Heat in control. The power match that they wanted, the match that they demanded, and they are going to turn it into a street fight against Scott Hall at 6.
Well, you know, Mike, they think they've been pushed around a lot. The way Vincent acted, the way he caused them to lose matches. But they consider themselves, former World Tag Team Champions, they consider themselves number 1 right now. One thing you don't do, you don't diss Harlem Heat.
You can see they're letting it all hang out. They don't have to worry about any disqualification, apparently.
That's a damn good idea, man.
They're not in line for a title shot upcoming. The Snyder brothers get the next shot, and Hall and Nash, that is the road wild men in Sturgis, and the Heat know that they can let it all hang out tonight. And a 2 count at Scott Hall. You know, this begins, I guess, guys, if you think about NWO,
But I gotta get that subscriber first, or else it's gonna look bad with me having 499. And a lot more people will be inclined to join it if it's, you know what I mean? If it's if they see 500, they'll be like, oh, 500, cool, maybe I'll join this guy's channel and make it 501, 502. You should have one when you hit 250.
You're 100% right about that, Shivani.
And we also have seen that Diamond Dallas Page has stayed one step ahead of the NWO prior to that brutal attack tonight.
And he's the only man that's done that has stayed one step ahead of the NWO. A year ago, you're right, Shivani, they came in and intimidated everyone. Why? Because we didn't know the enemy then. We didn't know anything about the enemy, who the enemy was. Now we know a little better who the enemy is and what they deal with and what they'll do. So that's why the boys here in WCW prepared themselves a little better. And yes, I'm still intimidated like we all are. We would be beaten by a bunch of 300-pound guys. We
that time for Booker T. For the influence of the NWO. I mean, if you take a look at what happened last night, getting Dennis Rodman to be a part of the event. Dennis Rodman last night wrestled last night. Became a force last night in our sport. And if you don't believe me, fans,
You gotta see it.
then you gotta see it.
The arm drag Lex Luger.
Yes, he did.
I mean, I was impressed. The man is a tremendous athlete. I'll tell you, everyone in Daytona and all the media was there from ESPN and CNN and all the major networks. They were all sitting there with their mouths open. They couldn't believe what this man could do in that ring. You gotta see it.
Now Harlem Heat here. They've always had the hallmark of double teaming. And now they're exchanging. And here we go. This is not too... Chico.
That was almost a three. That was almost a three.
Heat remain in control in this matchup. Scott Hall being neutralized right now by Big Stevie Ray.
And the thing about Harlem Heat, they got Hall right in their own corner. Not Harlem Heat's corner. He's in his corner. I don't see Six wanting to get in the ring too bad.
You see on the outside.
You're right, though, Tony. I'm not going nowhere. Don't shut me up. He'll be up on his feet soon if he's okay.
Of course he will. And now they've added Conan, or are they calling what? A-Dog?
You know why? You know why he's a suicide man? He'll do anything. He's got that street mentality. He's got alley mentality. He will do anything. They need a guy like that. They can send him out, come off the rafters without her.
And remember, this is another piece of the puzzle for the NWO. They promised that they were going to take over the entire wrestling world. They've been to Japan, the Great Buddha and Masachono, and now they've come in from Mexico.
Now they have the Mexican
In a
championship.
cover, scissor kick it almost.